Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Friday, May 6th, 2022. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Happy Friday, everyone. Here's a look at the ES in the daily time frame. The NFP report has come and gone. A bit of a rise in the non-farm payroll number here from the expected 391K to 428K. But again, is that enough to get this market to go higher? At the moment, the previous session's close is being used as resistance. We're seeing failed new highs developed in the prior hour and sell signals developing, and we are teetering on the edge of support here that if crossed, if we start to push through 4100, it opens up a major test at key levels down below. 4000 is one of those levels. A violation through 4000 could open up a push into the previous year's low of 3650. So we could still be looking at much more downside ahead toward 3650 if price can't hold support here fairly soon. So it appears as though we will make some sort of test of 4000 here. Perhaps there's a short-term bounce that can happen, but given that this market has seen selling pressure after every major rally, any bounce could still be seen as a selling opportunity for a continuation until we really wipe this thing out. So again, 3650 could be ahead, and right now 4000 is going to be a key test up ahead for the ES. If there's a rejection there, again, perhaps we can bounce back up toward 4446, but not holding our breath right now, as this market has continued to see quite a bit of selling pressure after every rally. We take a look at the NQ, very similar price action. This one right now down about 0.9%. And testing 12,740 at the moment. This market's averaging 540 points per day on a 5-day basis, and that puts us right to the 12,200 level. That's the previous year's low. So today, if this market drops and the high is in off the 12,900 level, we could be looking at much more weakness ahead toward 12,200. By the end of the day, we could be testing the previous year's low. Again, is that an area that's going to hold? Are we going to magically see a rejection here and just start to rally? This market does not appear to be providing those opportunities. So again, if a test happens at 12.2, it wouldn't surprise if we start to see a flush through it. The next key pivot below will be the 11K level, and that's the S25 from the previous year's low. So again, is 11,000 ahead? We could be testing the previous year's low by the end of the day if this thing really wanted to, given average daily range over the last 5 and 10 sessions, and through that level opens up much more downside ahead. So right now, again, every major rally being sold significantly as this market continues to search for a low. If we take a look at crude oil, this one's up 0.9%. This one turned off the highs yesterday in strong fashion, but continues to see mostly trading range action within this larger range. You have the range from about 93, 94 up to about 115 or so. This market has rallied up the range toward the 112 zone. And again, we could continue to see a little bit more strength up toward the upper end of the range, followed by what could be a return back to the middle of the range. 105 has been that sticky level, perhaps a little bit lower we go, but again, the range is in. It's about 95 to about 115s. 105 has been the mid pivot. We're currently working our way higher within the range. At some point we could see a little bit more upside before we turn down, but right now this market's still range bound, fading the edges, still appropriate in crude oil. If we take a look at Bitcoin, this one's down about 1.65% right now. Yesterday was down about 9 or 10%. Huge flush, and the first time we've dropped through 38K in a couple of months. Again, this one has seen an ability to bounce after significant flushes. The last time we had major meltdowns here, we had a significant reactions when price dropped below 35K. 35K is coming into view. Right now we're at 35,725. And again, if this thing were to flush a bit more, you would likely see some sort of reaction back up. If not, it opens up quite a bit of downside below. As we know, the previous year's low is below at 28,440. Earlier in the year, it was more likely that we would reach that quickly, and it has held Perhaps now we'll come down here and grab that 28. You got your 25K, which is right near the yearly S3. I've maintained since the beginning of the year that if we were to see 25K, that could provide a tremendous trap and reverse opportunity. So perhaps we are going to make a move toward that lower end of the range. Again, anything below 35K has been heavily defended. We may see that test here some point today. Again, this market's averaging just over 2,200 points per day on a 5-day basis, and right now we're at 1,000 points of range. So if we drop another 1,000 points today, that could open up a test down below 35K rather, which could be significant. So again, are we going to drop down here to the previous year's low? Perhaps that could be in play if 35K does not show signs of rejection soon. Taking a look at Ethereum. Ether futures down 1.85% right now. Very similar price action here, breaching the 2,800 level, which has been significant support for a while. 2,500 has been a level that has seen reactions over time. Anytime price gets below there or to it, it has shown an ability to bounce. So again, 2,500 might be a magnet here in the near term ahead. This 2-week narrow range right here has about 800 points of potential movement, and you know, just from the 2,800 level here, dropping down another 800 points could put you somewhere between 2,000 and 2,200 for a major test down the road. So there's enough energy right now to really push this market about 800 points, and a failure through 2,800 right now could open up the next move down toward 2,000 to 2,200. Again, that would match these lows of the year, and ideally you'd see some sort of significant defense or reaction there, because if not, we could be looking at much more weakness ahead. So again, opening up the downside here below 2,800 could give us another push toward that 2,200 prior lows, and if that occurs, you'd like to see some sort of reaction. If not, things could get much, much worse. All right, that is it for now. We'll see how this plays out heading into the weekend. Again, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. If you missed the monthly market outlook earlier in the week, the link is still posted in the description below. Again, we'll see how this plays out heading into the new day. Good luck, trade well, and I'll see you in the trading room. Take care.